Alrighty, so now that you've sent your buyer's rep out and your IABS, I am going to show you guys how to draft a contract fairly quickly because my card just started. This is Lisa Benoit, and I am going to show you how to submit an offer. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get to where we left off earlier, which is we got your IABS and your buyer's rep. The clients haven't signed yet. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and move into the contract. But before I get into the contract, what I'm going to do is I now know we have a property we want to purchase. So we're going to go to the listing in the matrix. I'm going to split my screen for you. And typically, when I write a contract, I actually do it in split screen mode, which is not doing it because I have like three screens. So I am going to work in split screen mode because this is exactly how I would normally work. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the listing, and that is not the listing I want. This is the listing I want. So I'm going to go to attachments. I'm going to click on the downloads, and I'm just going to download every attachment that they have. So I know this is a lot for you guys to absorb right now because it used to not do this, but I downloaded this one, so I'm going to exit out. I'm going to download this one, and then I'm going to exit out. I'm going to download this one. I'm going to exit out, and then I'm going to download this one and exit out. And just by a glance, I know they gave me the seller's disclosure, the survey, the HOA item, and the MUD. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to browse. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bring all these documents in. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to click on open and it's going to add in. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and print to PDF this entire document because I have seen my commission change before. So I don't want that to happen to y'all. So go ahead and just go to print PDF and you're going to go to agent full photo and you're just going to um, print to PDF and it's going to generate a PDF file for you. You're going to download it and you're going to hit your save button and then you're going to go back here and browse and I'm going to load it in right there. So before I go to start drafting up my contract, and I know I did that fairly quickly for you, but don't worry, step by step, and it's a video, you can pause and play all day. So please contact listing agent for title information. No, I am not. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. It's actually better off if you plug it in. It leaves you room for negotiations. So that's going to be the only instruction they really give me. Um, Listing price is 509. I see there's price reduction. It's been on the market for 525. So I'm going to go in at this at 490. Ran my comps. Comps come in about 480. I don't think they're going to reduce the price too much. Talk to my clients. And so we're going to do 490. So I'm going to go ahead and I know that they did the HOA documents already. So I don't really have to fill out the form. The MUD district is there, seller's disclosure. There's not much more important information besides exclusions, and there's no exclusions there. So now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to maximize that. And there's way too many documents there. So what I typically do is I'm going to drag and drop these documents below my contracts and above my disclosures. So I'm going to explain to y'all the difference a little bit later on. So I like my seller's disclosure to be right after HOA. And there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it. But if you guys are super OCD, you can actually rename it and so on. Okay. But I'm not going to do that. Y'all can if you want to. At the end of the day, it's going to download into the same thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to open up my contract and Typically, by the time you get to here, you should have had a pre-approval letter, which I don't have uploaded. But I already forgot the address to the property. So good thing I still have it up. 28112 Cade Hill Lanes. So 28122, sorry. Cade. Oh, got it wrong. 28122 Cade Hills. There you go, 59509. I'm going to import the data to see if there's anything that they have. And I'm going to make sure everybody's in here. So I'm going to go back to the listing again because now they're asking for seller. I don't have a seller and I want you to make sure you add in a seller. So you can go right over here where it says tax account information. Click on there and then we're going to click over here while it loads. And it's Russell William Todd. I'm going to copy his name, bring it over. I'm going to add the seller's name over here. And I know that Russell is going to be his last name, so it's William Todd Russell. And I'm going to add the person, so when it pops up, it's going to auto-populate right there. Escrow title office, I didn't call the agent, but it's been on the market for a little while, so I'm just going to use my own agency. So I'm going to use Samantha Armstrong, and she's with Southern Title. And so that is probably the wrong email address. I'm just using that for training purposes. Add information. I don't want to save any of that information. I don't have a buyer's attorney. I do have a listing agent. I'm not going to fill that out because I found that it doesn't auto-populate at the end, so it bothers me. I'll just leave it alone. The purchase sales price, we're going to go in at 490. Always do your commas, periods, and dot zero zeros for me. And we're just going to go ahead and make it a strong offer. We're going to round up instead of 4,900 earnest money, which is 1%. We're going to go to 500. And we're going to have a closing date of 30 days out, but it ends on a Friday, and I hate closing on Fridays. So I'm going to pick a Wednesday, September 21st. And lot and block information. So the lot you can see right here is lot 40 and it's going to be block one. And then everything else that is not in the lot and block, you're going to copy and you're going to paste. And that's it. And then I'm going to hit the autofill button and I'm going to hit continue. And there you have it, 490. So I have, you want to fill out every single line on your contract. So we're going to go through, I'm not going to explain the contract to you, but I'm going to explain to you how to fill out the contract. This is not an explanation of the line by line. Again, you need to take your contracts class, and I teach that in your 3-hour mandatory contracts for CE. So there is no exclusions, not applicable. They're putting 20% down of $490,000. So I'm going to take 490 times 0.20% down. That's $98,000. So A plus B is always equal to C. So I got 98,000. I'm going to deduct that from 498. So that puts me at 392 on the second line. And if you add that up, it should equal, I'm doing a third party financing addendum. There are no leases, no fixtures, no natural leases, no resources or anything like that. And landing, so you want the address to the title company. And the $5,000 appears there. We're not going, we are going to do an option fee, and we're going to do a strong option fee of $250. And we're going to do it for 10 days and just hop down there. We're not doing any additional earnest money. This one I'll teach you the next time. We're in the seller's market, but we are not right now. So you can either put not applicable or zero. And We're just leaving it there. And then I'm going to have the sellers pay for title. And then I do want the boundaries, any kind of shortages to be amended, and I want the sellers to pay for that. And then survey, choose one, two, or three. I typically am going to advise you to choose option one. Do about 10 days and say that the buyers are going to pay for it because at the end of the day, they're going to have to provide you with a survey anyways. In this case, they did. My clients are buying this for residential, but say they are not living in it and they want to lease it. Residential, that's where they can live in or um, they can lease it out. And I'm going to give my clients 7 days to review their title policy. This is in an HOA. I did read over the docs earlier, and that's just at a glance. I've been doing this for years, y'all. They have received notice, and if they haven't, you're going to check no. And there are 11 reasons why a seller's disclosures would not be required, and one of those would not be I'm an investor. You have to have a seller's disclosure, even if you're an investor. But that's on to another class. I'm going to check box one. I did receive it. Always check these boxes if there are any major items that needs to be repaired right away. You're going to check box two. Otherwise, I will take the property as is. And then the market's changed a little bit, so I am going to ask for a home warranty right now. In the last 6 months, I wouldn't have, but now I would. I'm not related to Caitlin at all, so I'm going to put not applicable. But if you're purchasing a house or you're doing this for your parents, grandparents, family, brothers, or sisters, I'd go ahead and just disclose. Um, and I want the house right away. There's not going to be a lease back. And it's not me, it's my clients. We're not going to ask for any kind of contribution. It is a conventional loan. So my clients have quite a bit of money. If you have an FHA or a VA, you can ask for closing costs. So down here, we're going to click on the addendums. You got your third party financing addendum. You got your HOA addendum. And then they also added your MUD. You can you can name it all out. Munis, you can't think of the word right now, but you can um, type it all out if you'd like, or you can just type in MUD. If there were any other addendums, check accordingly and then make sure it's attached. Down here, you're not going to add this in. Whoever's client signs last will fill out this information and send it to all parties. Your information should be pretty full. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna split screen again. My, if you're on a team, you're gonna put the team name. And if you are being trained by Trisha, you're gonna put in Trisha's name. I don't have her license number right here, so I can't type it in, but technically, if you're a new agent, Trisha Salinas and her license number. If you're not, then I am your supervisor listing broker's firm. None of this information populates, and it kills me that it doesn't, but we'll figure it out. So listing broker is going to be Caldwell Banker Realty, and what I typically do is I'm going to click on their name on the listing, and I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste. And the broker license number is I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste. And I don't know why it didn't do it. There you have it, and it's representing the seller. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the broker's address right here since it's already here. And it's quite impressive. The more you fill out, the better it is. I don't want to email you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy. And that is the email. I actually don't need that. I just need the office phone number. Copy. And the Woodlands. Selling associate's name. All right, I'm going back. And this is the listing agent. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy her name. Uh, it won't let me do it. Question Builder. Her license number is right here. Team name, no team name. Her email address is going to be right here. Her phone number is going to be right here. And then her supervisor's information is not listed. So I'm going to go back to listing broker and I'm going to find it right there. I'm just going to stick in the office manager's name. And that's probably like the most work you would have had to do. And then don't forget your commission is 3%. Don't forget down there. Okay. So you're done. You should just go back and review it, but don't send me and Trisha one document at a time. Go ahead and complete your third party financing addendum. You should autofill all the lines would fill up. I know it's a conventional loan. We're doing $398,000 and it's going to be a 30 years. Interest rate is 5.5%. And that's a little high, but that's where we're at nowadays. It's already pre-filled. I want for you to try to keep 21 days, but if you're in a multiple offer situations, lower that number. This is for FHA, VA only, and bam, we're done with the third party financing addendum. So this one we're actually going to skip because they already did it. So what you're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and save it, except I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to archive it because this document is exactly the same thing. So all I need to do is just add my client's signature. So, and then you're going to sign the field to Caitlin and you're going to save it. So now we're just setting up documents. Seller's disclosure, same thing. Add initials right here, assign to Caitlin. Say, oh, I did that too fast. Initials. Assign fields, Caitlin, initials, and you definitely want to make sure your clients review this. So when you send them everything to sign, just make sure, hey, I'd like for you to review these things. Please let me know if you have any questions. And you should also review just a little bit. You don't want to discuss the entire thing with them because then you start crossing the realm of giving them legal advice. But you definitely want to make sure that they understand everything. If there's any red flags like flooding or um, any kind of um, issues with the roof, insurance, or whatever it is. Don't forget on this one, there's actually two. I'm trying to talk to y'all at the same time. Text. So you can add these. These are called setting. This is called setting up the documents. Okay. And then I'm done. And so this is a survey. They still owe you a T47, but I'm just going to go ahead and give this to my clients. Have her initial, and this is the mud. And this agent is very smart because so many people got sued or got lost their earnest money because that wasn't completed. And I'm going to go ahead and just disclose to my clients, hey, by the way, here's what you're getting into, assign fields. I'm going to give it to Caitlin, save. And then those are all the docs that they included. So now I'm just going to go in and these are my disclosures. Have you should always read over these documents, but have your clients read over these disclosures. This is a general notice to buyer and seller. This is the flood hazard. I'm going to autofill to make sure the address fills up. Go scroll down to the bottom, make sure your buyer's name pops up there. I'm going to ask them to do an inspection. And I'm going to go to the buyers. This is going to be with me. real estate, and that's going to be today's date. I'm going to suggest, and I already talked to her, and then make sure you assign the field to her because it just doesn't automatically appear for whatever reason. And I just want to be sure. So Caitlin's name, inspector information. I am suggesting that you get one. Wire fraud, a lot of fraud going on right now. So I definitely want to make sure she doesn't wire information into the wrong place. There's not a lot to sign. Caitlin's name's right there. So I'm just gonna, there's not any information to fill. So if you see me sign things, that's because there's not anything important there. This is a PID. That should be the listing agent's responsibility to give to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and archive that. A broker notices tenant will CYA you. So make sure you complete this. This basically says that the information on the MLS may not be correct, and go ahead and date it. And Caitlin's name is there. I'm going to save it. And um, protecting your home from mold, just in case. All you have to do is do me a favor, add an initial, assign fields, and just give it to them. Okay? I don't have to sign every single page. Now, what I want you to do is, since they didn't sign that, I am now sharing everything. This you're going to need at the end. This you're going to need now. So I'm just going to go ahead and share this with Caitlin. Actually, I'll share it with Trisha first, see if she can check it. And then if she tells you, hey, this is good, then you're going to go ahead and share it with Caitlin. I guarantee you that when you send it to Trisha, it's probably out of order and a couple of other things. So she's going to have you reorganize everything. I'm just going to show you how to share it, and bam, you're done. And then pick up the phone, call my client, and say, hey, I sent you some documents. Let me know when you have time. Let's get together and go over it. And then you'll just go over all the forms with them and kind of just walk them through everything. And that's it. Wait for all the signatures to come back. And then when you're done, I'm going to show you how to submit the offer. Okay. So that's that. You have now learned how to draft an offer. Thank you. I hope you learned something good. You have a good day.